Hello YouTube, I'm Softdrink117. I'm a frequent guest collaborator with STG Weekly, having been featured on a number of episodes, including Ibarra, Akai Katana, and Crimson Clover. What you're about to see is footage that was taken live during a panel presentation put on by myself and Frenetic at Anime Los Angeles 2014. Unfortunately, due to a number of unforeseen circumstances, most notably technical difficulties in the presentation area and my own inexperience filming live events, the footage is somewhat subpar. I hope you can enjoy what we have to show you regardless. Thanks.
There had been a convention in France called Stunfest, and Stunfest is a general video game convention. And what they actually were able to do was meet with Japanese super players, meaning people that do demos, very expert players of shmups, flew them over from Japan to France. I think it was in Rennes, France, and then they did a public demo with French super players and also Japanese super players. So it just happened last year. It was one of the most momentous occasions where the East meets West. So what you're going to see is live demos of French players and Japanese players. And let's do a little sound test there. Okay. Let's bump up the sound again. Okay, so let's use, yeah. We can turn down the lights here.
No, I don't think we can.
Okay, sure, we can just light it. Can we restart it and then do a full screen without the bar?
Yeah, sorry.
Relax. Let's go.
Hopefully, I know it's early in the morning, hopefully that got your blood pumping. I call it probably a visual cup of, an audio cup of coffee. So that was from Stunfest, a convention that was held in France last year, where Japanese and French super players met and they did public demos of shooting games. And we're going to give our own demo of shooting games here. So what's a shooting game show? You came to the seminar. What we're going to do, we're going to do a live demo, courtesy of Toby, aka Softdrink. I might be doing a little demo on Mushehime-san Hikari later on. But we also want to just kind of talk a little bit of history of the genre, a little short discussion about that. We're going to give you maybe some tips on how to get into this genre. Like I said, those were super players, but there are different levels that you guys, so for any novice to expert player, so you can build your skills up. And it's what's really great about this genre of games where you're playing, let's say, RPGs. Who plays like Pokemon or other RPGs here? And you're leveling up your character, right? You're leveling up your Pokemon. But when you put that away, your Pokemon are kind of just saved there. They're on a save card. When you play shooting games, you're the person that's leveling up. And your skills are always with you all the time. So that's what we really like about the genre here. So without further ado, do we have any questions so far?
Has everyone gotten a copy of the flyer right there?
Yeah. On the back of there.
It's on the back row behind you there.
Yeah. On the back of that, there are links on the back to free games that you can download, free Dojin games from Japan that these Dojin creators have just released, and you can just download for free on your PC. Also, we've got links to forums, but before we get further, we're just going to go and do a short presentation real quick about the genre, and then we're going to go talk about helpful tips. So, take it away.
All right. So yeah, welcome to the Shooting Game Show. I'm Softdrink. So, I'm hoping maybe some of you guys have seen this. Anyone?
Anyone seen that on YouTube?
Yeah. So, well, how did we get here? Well, shooting games are composed of just a very few simple components, fundamentally. You know, you have the player who can move around the screen, you have enemies which try to kill the player, and you have some means of shooting down the enemies. And you see that throughout the entire lineage of shooting games.
Who can tell me which this game is? Space Invaders.
Yeah.
Okay, it's going to get a little bit difficult, but we're going to be building it.
Yeah. So I mean, already you can see those basic elements present from the very beginning. You know, player, enemies, and you don't actually see the player shooting, but he can shoot. And then moving on to
what is this one? Galaga.
Yeah. And you see that it starts getting a little bit more complicated. Enemies are no longer strictly moving in these very linear ways. They start to curve around. They start to, you know, try to attack the player by absorbing him. There's all kinds of different things that start to emerge. What's this?
This one's a little bit more difficult. Anyone?
It does start with
Devious,
X.
that's right, Devious.
Yeah, so here we see the development of scrolling backgrounds, which give context to the action and provides the player with something to attack. You know, in this case, there's these ground targets that you have to bomb strategically.
This was very big. Now it's, instead of a fixed screen, we have the scrolling shooter is born.
And suddenly you're moving. Suddenly you're no longer in, you know, this empty void of space, but you're, you know, flying over a coastal fortress or shooting down, you know, some kind of enemy army. So, anyone recognize this?
How about this one? Another big genre. See? This one's Raiden.
Yeah, right.
Raiden.
Here we start to see the development of specific subgenres. So Raiden starts developing a certain style, which will be continued through the rest of the Raiden games and the other games by the company Seibu Kaihatsu. Mainly characterized by, you know, fast bullets that are aimed directly at the player, and you need to know when they're going to be coming so that you can avoid them. You can recognize this.
You can even just name the series that it's from. Not
Close.
R-Type. Close. Anyone? This is Gradius.
Gradius really started pushing the narrative element a little bit further. You start to see, you know, these large and epic boss fights. You start to see multi-part enemies, and you know, a lot of stages, each with a completely unique theme. You know, Gradius is famous for having like a lava stage, or a flying space dragon stage, or a Maui stage, where there were literally Easter Island heads attacking the player with I don't even know, like flaming donuts or something.
Yeah, flaming donuts. That's what they're called, like flaming donuts. Oh no, those donuts. Okay.
This one's a bad screenshot, but anyone have a guess?
Kinda, maybe. Name the series too. This is the.
This is Strikers 1945 from Saikyo, and this again starts showing a little bit more refinement. You know, now you're fighting these battleships. Now you have a bunch of different player ships to select from that are all significantly different from each other in how they fight. And Saikyo again has a very specific style. They have a lot of patterns which you need to understand in advance and be in the right position to avoid. Tend to be very memorization heavy games. And this is, anyone know?
Anyone know?
This is pretty obscure.
Pretty obscure.
It is a Batsugan, which is widely characterized, widely attributed as being the founder of the more modern style of shooting game, which is the bullet hell manic shooter subgenre.
AKA Danmaku, you might have heard that. Heard it from Toho, the Toho games? Yeah.
So you start seeing a lot more bullets and a lot, you know, more aggressive patterns, and the player has significantly more powerful weapons that can take care of more of the screen at once. But to compensate for that, he's constantly being bombarded with more and more obstacles. So, and then from Batsugan, you come to Battle Garega. And I just went ahead and said it because I doubt any of you recognize this one.
Yeah. If you didn't know Batsugan, you probably don't know Battle Garega by Rising or Aiding. Another big leap in the genre.
Yeah. So Battle Garega is it tends to win the title of best shooting game of all time every time that we have an annual competition in some form. It's an incredibly deep game. It has a lot of really involved mechanics. You know, you have to continually kill yourself in order to keep the game playable. You gain lives every million points, but as a result of that, you have to die constantly, or the game will become so difficult because it thinks you're doing well that it is literally not possible for a human being to proceed. So that's what's called a rank system, and normally they're not quite that bad, but that's kind of it wasn't the first game to have one, but it was the first game to really push it to an extreme, and it also kind of refined the manic genre where you have faster bullets, but they're also kind of dense. So there's a little bit more emphasis on player skill and dodging.
What year did that come out?
So 1996, I believe.
Yeah, sounds right. Anyone know what this is?
This might be a famous one. Bees. This is called Dodonpachi, and it's put out by, you might have seen former members of who put out Batsugan, the Toho plant, and they kind of made Cave, which we're big fans of cave shooters. We're also big fans of Toho too. At least I am. You are too.
No,
So
I'm not that big fan of
Okay, well Toho, though we haven't shown any Toho games, and we have some Toho fans here, this will allow you, these skills that we're going to talk about will hopefully let you play the games and kind of experience the storyline of Toho, where Toho springs from, which are kind of the games. And you can follow
the rich
the
history of shooting games, which is kind of behind that. So.
Yes, yeah.
Dodonpachi is really where the bullet hell subgenre kind of came to the forefront. And it became kind of the de facto standard for all modern shooting games. There's some exceptions to that. You know, there's still games being produced like Red 4 or Eschatos, which are very much in the traditional shooter style. But you know, look at a shooting game from the last 10 or 15 years, and it's pretty much only tons and tons and tons of bullets. And the reason that that happened initially was a combination of a very dedicated fan base, which played these games a lot and got to a very high skill level, and developers of arcade games having to compete with 3D titles that started to emerge at home. So they needed something to draw players in, and putting hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of bullets on one screen not only looks really cool, but it's something that you couldn't do on console at the time. I can't remember when this came out. Was this 98 or something?
Yeah, I want to say 98, like late 90s.
And
these
so,
are late 90s games that kind of, if you want to give a little bit of chronology to it.
Yeah. And so then we see that same lineage refined and expanded even more into Ushihime-sama Futari, which is the hardest video game boss ever. Shown here in significantly better resolution than you know, ELD2.
Yeah, yeah. If you can believe that, that's God mode, which is a less difficult mode than Ultra mode, which is from the hardest video game boss ever. So yeah, but like I said, we don't want to put you off from this difficulty, but just rather showing you these very beautiful bullet patterns that, you know, you always have the goal of your horizon that you're over, you know, something that you're always striving towards. Like, who knows, you know, you might get there.
But in addition to this, there's always, you know, some games that try to push the envelope a little bit. So this one's really famous.
Anyone know? You might have done Dreamcast. Give you little hints. Dreamcast kind of let us revitalize.
You got Dreamcast on Steam? Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
So Ikaruga is, in some respects, more a puzzle game than a shooting game. It has a polarity mechanic where you can change the color of your ship between white and black. And when you're one color, you can absorb the bullets of that color and do more damage to enemies of the opposite color. It's an interesting game. It was widely critically praised for its beautiful minimalist aesthetic and for its storyline and for just generally being pretty decent. But among fans of shooting games, it actually has kind of a mixed reception because it's so intensely memorization heavy. There's kind of exactly one correct way to play the game. If you deviate from it even the slightest bit, you're probably going to die horribly. So it has a very mixed reputation among people who play shooting games more seriously. But it's one of the few shooting games that has recently been able to gain a lot of widespread appeal. So it should be coming to Steam soon. It is currently available on Xbox Live for like $5. Great game. I recently cleared it. Yeah. And this, I'm sure some of you guys recognize.
Yeah.
So there's also been a lot of independent development because people saw shooting games and like, oh, those aren't that complicated looking. I'll try to make one. And the most prolific Dojin developer, as they're known, is Zoom, who made the Toho series. And this is from Perfect Cherry Blossom, which is one of the most well-known of the Toho games. So, but you also see, this is very heavy on the Danmaku aspect. Zoom has stated multiple times that his emphasis is on creating beautiful patterns, which are fun to look at and to dodge. It's interesting because they tend to be kind of slow-paced, especially if you compare them to something like Cave or even an older series like a Psycho game. You'll see that the bullets move at an almost glacial rate, but the patterns are so dense that it compensates for it.
Yeah, that's right. So what they'll do is, what's really neat about Zoom's pattern when you're playing the games, each pattern spell card is named. Even though that bullets are slow, there's different layers of bullets. Also, a lot of the Toho players who's part of Shrine Maiden forums, they've kind of come over to the Shmups forum as well. And so we hope we bring some Toho fans to Shmups forum. And hopefully our tips will always map out on Toho games too. So any tips that we talk about bullet dodging, you can use it in Toho games too.
But there's been a lot of other Dojin development been pretty noteworthy. Anyone recognize this? Unlikely, but possible. It's called Crimson Clover, and it's an incredibly good independent game produced by Yotsubane. This is very much in the style of cave races, where you have these aggressive patterns, but they're also pretty fast, and so you need to be able to react quickly. They're not quite as dense as something you see from Toho, but it's a different style of gameplay. And this also takes, inspiration from things like Ray Force, where you have lock-on lasers that you can target different things in the fore and background of the stage. And there's, exponential scoring systems and things that you start to see in some modern shooters. So it's very much a kind of blend of a bunch of different elements from all throughout the history of shooting games. A great game. And this is Hellsinker, which is very interesting. It's an incredibly distinctive Dojin game with a very unique visual style. It's a lot going on at once. It tends to be somewhat visually overwhelming, and has really unusual mechanics like an aura around your ship that will slow down and then cancel bullets if you have to sit in it for long enough. It's a very interesting game. I'm currently playing it a little bit, and I don't know that much about it, but it's a lot of fun. But you can see how, going back to here, these three basic elements carrying all throughout. So I'm not going to go through all of them like that, but you get the basic idea. They all share that very basic ancestry, but the genre has really diverged into a lot of different things, and it's approachable on many different levels. So
yeah, what's great about shooting games and what we love about them so much is you can just we just need to do what to do. There's no reading a story. There's no, which I love in RPGs. Don't get me wrong. But what's unique to the genre is you can just put in a credit, play for about 15 minutes, a half hour, an hour or so, and then you're just done. That itch that you have for game playing is just satisfied in a short amount of period of time. I'm kind of like an older gamer. I kind of was in arcades, kind of was into RPGs, but then I found when I started working a full-time job and then I got married, had not had a lot of time to play games, but shooting games have kind of been my big love because I can just pop in a credit in the morning. It's like my coffee. I go to work. I come back home. Maybe I need to play. Maybe I don't, and then I can keep on doing it. And as you get as a player, when you're playing these shooting games, you can see your score also getting higher and higher. So you have a definite marker of how you're getting better as a player, as well as not having to play a lot of games to get that fixing. So hopefully that will map out onto you guys. So we're going to do a live demo of a game known as Ketsui, and I'll let Softdrink take it from here.
First of all, my apologies for the screen. It's squished. The projector only supports 4:3, and the console is up with 16:9, so that's kind of a bummer. I'm going to try and fix it right now, but I may not be able to do it. It doesn't even make sense. So, unfortunately, there's no way around it. I started playing shooting games here, let me pull up my the senior year of high school. I started having a lot of different tests going on. Now that I'm in college, that's getting worse. Hello? Am I speaking? Now that I'm in college, it's even more serious. And so I really enjoyed being able to, have 15 minutes, 30 minutes.
Check.
15 minutes, 30 minutes of just really kind of visceral, high-intensity gameplay, and then just be totally satiated for who knows how long. So yeah, I'm going to try to clear this entire game on one credit. So go through start to finish without having to continue. I've done it many times, but I did not prepare much sleep last night, so my apologies. This might end horribly.
that increases to a better score. Now you're thinking, oh, here's these bullets that are coming down. We'll do it at a boss hit. He's saying very at the top of the screen because what you want to do is kill the enemies quickly before they shoot bullets at you. So this way, as you're playing the game, it's not random. The enemies come out in a set pattern. You might think, well, all I need is some enemies. But no, you need to actually have execution as well while playing the game. So you can kind of see, like, what's really neat is, like, your score is going up and up, like, heart speed, dodging patterns. And you're trying to get your score counter higher, right here, your score 68. That acts as your score multiplier. So you can see how it's moving gradually to the left and to the side. We'll see bullet dodging techniques that this is the first boss. So the boss actually has pieces that you can kind of break off. And as you're playing the game, if you want to break off the pieces, it increases the difficulty. But you get more score when you break off. So this is kind of risk versus reward. Okay, so he's dodging, and you can kind of see him moving slightly to the side. That's called tap dodging. And what that is, you're not moving your joystick all over the place. You're dodging, but also, if you move yours all over the place, you're going to hit bullets. So you want to make little gradual movements in slow patterns. Yeah. In this game, most of the bullets are aimed directly at you. So by tapping, when the bullets are aimed directly at you, those bullets will just aim at the space that you were at. So you'll do gradual dodging, but the streams of bullets will miss you because you're no longer in that same position. But with those also careful tap dodges, you're not going to run into bullets. Notice also he's making smooth movements. Not kind of jerking the joystick back and forth, but he has a definite idea of where he's going. We saw that also how the bullets got canceled. That happens from time to time when you kill a big enemy. So that's also another acceleration. You're like, oh, I'm dodging the pattern, and then the bullets kind of disappear. And you're like, oh, that huge rush of having those bullets canceled, and you're like, live another day. So yeah, and also when you're playing your runs, you should also know maybe some of the big enemies bullets get canceled too. So here we got helicopters, tanks coming down. This is where things are starting getting better. How many dodges that? Wow, that was a tight spot. Alright, here we go. Second stage boss.
Your mission starts now. Are you ready?
A big, big tank. So big. Okay, so you have these blue bullets, and then you have these red bullets that are kind of aimed shots. Down here we're taking much more layered action. Okay. Oh no! Yeah! Okay, another bullet. Here's some tap dodging. This is called macro dodging. A lot of bullets are kind of coming, but you can avoid the pattern by moving fast. Okay, so he's macro dodging. fast. So just another thing to bring up. Holding C shot is kind of a rapid fire shot. It gives a lot more, in this game it gives a large spread and you can move faster. But if you hold the first button, you'll have a concentrated shot but you'll move slower. So that's another trade-off. That's kind of a little neat innovation in this genre. Well, I mean this one. That way you can make fine-tuned dodges with your concentrated A shot. That A shot is the one where he's locking on and you can see the orange bullets from the ship concentrating on it. So this is the third stage, and this is where things start to pick up. Now instead of shooting helicopters and tanks, he's going to be shooting down battleships. There's one right now. Oh, it's falling down through the wrong spot. Oh, another battleship goes down. This is a power-up that increases his shot power. Going through the shipyard. Nice macrobot. Wow, that's close. What's also neat about these games, you don't have to keep on doing full runs. Okay, this is the mid-boss. And the trick to this one is, if you kill the ship without bombing, destroy all parts of it, you get a 1-up. Which is like, a green mushroom, or get an extra life. There he goes. He's got one for a score, and now he's going to get one for the ship. Hopefully, come on, soft drink. I know you can do it! Oh, first step. Can he get the last? No, there he is! Oh! Yes, he's reclaimed his lost life. Got that extra man, and now he's still at 4 lives. 4 lives over here. But he's soldiering on. Will he complete the game with just 4 lives? We shall see. Any questions, guys? Alright, we're going to press on hold. Okay, here's a lot of tapping dodges. You see all these streams of bullets, but he's tapping, and these bullets are kind of just missing. So as you're getting like mesmerized by the bullets, remember to kind of tap dodge. Alright. Here we go. Third stage boss. It's a big flying thing. Got these fans over here. Tap dodge. A little bit of, it's not making wide moves and it's trying to go. Here's a wide move. Oh my gosh, streams of bullets. Here's something to talk about bullets. Now, you're seeing like, oh, these bullets are coming down, but they're called bullet patterns for a reason. When you're playing the game, look at the space between bullets rather than just the bullets themselves. Because you can see it's like a gate. You draw kind of imaginary lines and it's like basically a tunnel. So you're kind of weaving your way into the tunnel. You're drawing kind of imaginary space between the bullets and moving that empty space. Stage 4, 2 stages to go. Now we're in the helicopter stage. We're approaching the canyon. We've gone from the shipyard and destroyed the battleships and hovercraft, and now going in the canyon. That was a bomb. And what a bomb does, it clears the bullets off the screen and makes you invincible. So if you're in a tight spot, memorize the bomb. Now, Softdrink is such a good player that he's not bombing, but when you're learning the game, bomb as much as you can. Or bomb at the difficult point. And when you're playing the game, you can remember, hey, that's where I bombed. That's a difficult part. then you can, when you're practicing the game, you can, well, I'm going to go try to see if I can not bomb and then play the game. But when you're first starting out, and I remember this immortal words of my compatriot Aquas, which I put STG Weekly on, to bomb is to live. To bomb is to live. When you're playing these games, don't be a hero. Bomb is This is the mid boss. This is basically where only I can get up this. And but Softdrink can clear the game. So, like I said, even though I'm in the genre, I'm not that great at it. But Softdrink handles it with nonchalance. Look at this. Look at it. Here's the second half of the stage. More difficult enemies. You take a lot more bullets to kill. Oh, but it got all those fires. Oh! Look at this. Also, a big point of these games is knowing where your hitbox is on your ship. Now, you think your whole ship sprite is collision detected? No. It's actually just this little dot over here, just where the rotor intersects the body. So, and also bullets don't have a lot of hit detection too, so you can kind of graze them. Some have smaller ones, some have bigger ones, but you can kind of get a feel of where you can graze. Oh no, another dot! Softdrink, what are you going to do with stage 5? Keep at it. We believe in you. Oh! Another death.
Approach your target and
Softdrink, we're talking about bombing to live. Maybe you need to bomb to live. Now we have bullets that are coming from the side. These interesting patterns. You're not only dodging these bullets coming down here, but also coming from left to right. Pretty intense. Whoa! Risky! Fixing risky! Now up here, this is the boss's life bar. And what you can do is you can look at this life bar and see where how close you are to killing the boss. So that's kind of a neat thing. Also, some of these are segmented. When you kill different stages of the boss, it'll cancel bullets. So as you can see, he's almost got 25% time. Will he do it? Okay, he's down to the last form. You can see the green bar going down. Alright, it's in the orange, almost done. Bomb to live. Nice, Softdrink. So, this was the last stage of Ketsui. Softdrink, will you do this?
Really badly so far.
No! I believe in you, Softdrink. You have 3 bomb stops. This is the last stage, so we'll see if he can beat this on one credit. This is evac industry, which is cave basically spelled backwards. This is the enemy base. Soldier on. I believe in you, Softdrink. I believe in you. Will he move? going to reduce the chatter here until the boss, just so we don't know he's going to clear this. What you do is, there's another maneuver called the cutback. And what you do is you move your ship kind of really fast, really forward towards the middle of the screen. And what it does, it draws the bullets up to the top of the screen. But what you do is with your ship, you cut back immediately and find a little portal. So that's known as the cutback. Kind of move real quick. All those streams of bullets are coming down into this platform. One life left. Will Softdrink be able to do this? barely cleared this with no lives left and 1 bomb left. The pressure must have been amazing. Can we hear from you?
Well, that was awful. I know it seemed pretty impressive there, and my standards are kind of high, I guess. There were a lot of mistakes there. The first mid-boss, I messed up, and I died a few times in stages 3 and 4 where I really shouldn't have. And that ending was pretty close. Once I got to the last attack of that second form of that last time was pretty easy to do. Really, what I want to prove here is, I've done this, I've played this game like a dozen times, maybe 2 dozen times, and I just want to show that it's not impossible. It's very doable, and it's not something that took me years and years and years of practice to do. I've been playing this game seriously. I've been playing shmups seriously for just a little over a year and a half now. This game, I think, took me a month to clear when I really sat down and tried it. It's only an hour or 2 of practice a day, and it's not the impossible thing that people have been led to believe. So, you want to give a demo, or do we want to have them try?
So we're going to go to our next part of the shooting game show, where we're actually for you guys to come up and play a different game, which is kind of not as difficult as Ketsui, but it'll give you a chance to kind of play. We can give you tips on your play, or you can just kind of sit back and just play and try this out. The game that we're going to be doing is called Mushe Hime-sama Futari, which is called Bug Princess. One of the best games. You can buy this game. It's about maybe $30 to $40 for Xbox 360. Even though it's a Japanese game, it's region-free, meaning that you can import it from your favorite Play Asia, or you can post a want to buy and join the Shmups forum. So what we're going to do is people can come up, and we have a little bit of manga prizes I have in the corner, and we also have some Ether Vapor remaster courtesy of New Media. That's given us these prize codes to give out on Steam. So we'll give those away as prizes for the highest first and second score, and I'll be here to kind of take your score. And yeah, so come on up, and don't be shy. We can go ahead and turn off the projector if you guys just feel self-conscious about that.
Or we can show super play so it looks like you're really good.
Yeah, we can do that through the laptop. We're really good. So come on down. All right. And for you, since you came on down first, well, you're going to get a prize right away. So. Yeah. Go. If you guys want some hockey too, we've got a little bit of hockey that I've got here. Strawberry hockey for the princess. Oh. You want to take a couple and pass it down? Take some hockey. Look at this manga that we're having for some prizes. We got Blade of the Immortal, or Mugen something. Battle Angel Alita, very classic one. Blackjack. Very, very old school Tezuka. Some more Blade of the Immortal. Yeah. So since you came up first, which of these volumes would you like? This is the first one. Okay, this is the first one. Okay.
Yeah, but keep on.
All right.
Okay.
Here you go.
This is A.
So for the most part, this game has quicker bullets with more smart patterns. Most people like that traditional shooting style. It's not really as much as a bullet. At least not yet. Towards the later stages, this mode does start to get, like that. But for the time being, it's relatively effective. So see how he's herding the bullets to one side of the screen and then moving to the other? It's a good way to keep yourself from getting cornered, just kind of walking the bullets to one side and then walking to the other. That's, that cutback idea we were talking about earlier. It's also something known as bullet herding, where you're directing kind of in a specific direction so that you don't have to deal with that. Alright, and stage 1 boss here. See how these movements, they're relatively controlled, and he's able to dodge most of that pretty easily. In this game, they have a visible hitbox. You see the little glowy dot on the player ship there right in the center? The actual hit area. So it's kind of a nice visual representation for not to get hit. Alright. Stage 2 starts to get a little more aggressive. You start having patterns that will constrain your movement like that. First stage you can kind of just pick and feel your way through, but by stage 2 you're already starting to see that element of having to know what's going on. You have to kind of plan how to approach it. You couldn't see it right there because he bombed, but that icicle that he destroyed actually canceled the bullets around the screen. He bombed it first, so you can make it here. Yeah, there you go. Big points and all the bullets are gone. So they're not breathers. And again, bullet hurting off to the side and cutting back into the screen. These techniques are applicable at every level of play. It's kind of a very fundamental thing. The way that you string them together is what constitutes the run. Yeah. Nice telephone there. Alright, we're into the second half of stage 2. A little bit shorter than the first bit, but significantly more aggressive as well as grades. They really try to force you into the fantastic way to advance you on the dodge. That's kind of a defining of this game. As opposed to say Ketsui or some of Fate's other games. It has a lot of patterns that really lock in your movement, which can make for some very defined and very unique dodges. Ooh, nicely done. All right, anyone else want to come up and give it a try? All right, do you want to continue?
I don't care.
All right, if you want to start fresh, then go ahead. Brian did give you your try, right? That guy who's just sitting down. What's your name?
Gary.
All right, everyone, round of applause for today here. started inside of you. No. Now, this is going to be your shoot, and this is going to be bomb. This is auto fire. So what happens is if you tap this button, you'll use that one shot. If you hold it, you use a focus shot, and you're going to speed this down. So. Yeah, you want to do it. And if you hold that, then shot will go. The first guy you wanted to play at the whole time. So we can switch it up to black label. So here you're starting to move up the string to hurt the bowls up to one corner. Again, same fundamental technique. That wasn't intentional, but the timing on that cancel when it came off the dragon. With this boss, you hit the first couple of times are really very much like that. You use very small control paths. It'll be easier to avoid. Now all of these spread patterns, they're all based on where you are, even the patterns. So the whole boss can just be tapped and closed. Nicely done. I hope you got a good look at the stage. There we go. As I said earlier, this is where, a little bit of foreknowledge happens. Nice, there's not these guys right there. Careful, look who's shooting you. Ooh. Yeah, that was rough. Yeah, that kind of close range sniping. It was just kind of an oxymoron, but that's just what we're referring to as enemy shooting close range.
Nice ball.
Yeah, thought you were going to get screwed, but...
Sure, the matter bomb.
Okay.
You have three bombs, basically. If your bomb is high, we're going to get hit by bullets and bombs.
And in this game, and in most occasions, when you die, it will replenish a portion of your bomb stock. So in this case, you get 3 bombs every time you die. So if you're dying with bombs in stock, if you don't know what you're doing in the game, bomb it.
The bomb is to live. Yeah, Oculus!
By the way, this guy we're quoting, Awkward, he's the founder of a YouTube and Twitch show called STG Weekly, which is a weekly series where we cover one issue with live commentary about a lot of other things. So we have a replay going, and we explain what's going on at every point during the video. And sometimes it's really in depth, and other times it's more casual. Definitely check it out. There's a link to that in the comments. So. Careful here.
Nice ball.
Yeah. There's going to be an icicle dropping down in a second. So if you want to cancel. this is the last one on the stage. And then you get another one of those.
Nice shot.
Ooh. Alright, stage 2 boss.
And an extra bomb.
Yep. Yep, that is a bomb. Sorry. Alright, now remember, a lot of these patterns are going to get aimed directly at you like this. The small tap looks great.
Nice tapping. Good tapping!
This pattern is much more random, but the spread part of it, off to either side, swinging and movement, is based on where you are in the combo. So the more aggressive you are pushing around the screen,
That was a cutback. That was a nice cutback.
there's going to be some spread. So remember that when you tap you move quickly, you can avoid it.
Nice.
Yeah, there you go.
You have 4 bombs. Yeah, good job. 4 bombs, yeah. You've got 2 bombs still. Plenty of bombs. Can he beat the second stage boss without even seeing it? Who knows? Take that, squid guy. We're gonna make you into calamari. Yeah!
Nicely done.
I like ranch dressing on my calamari.
Okay. Thank you for that anecdote, Ryan.
Yeah.
So stage 3 here is going to start to get a bit more intense. It's going to be kick enemies on the ground that spray radio patterns or stream directly at you. I'll try and point those out when they come up, but it's going to be pretty fast.
Stage 3!
Up on the left here is going to be a radio on the ground.
Nice bullet.
Now coming up on the right, excuse me. So you have this kind of a random pattern that will still screen at your general location. For those of you just walking in,
You have 1 bomb left!
there is a flyer.
Yes!
Are you sitting on the flyers or are they? Oh no, they're on there. They're still available.
Take a flyer, links to free games on the back.
Ooh!
Nice job!
All right.
Nice run! Very nice run.
Very nicely done.
Please take a manga. Your choice.
Alright, who wants to go next? Alright.
Yeah, we'll switch it to black.
Yeah, let's switch to black. So we're switching to a slightly easier mode.
Great manga for you guys to step up and play.
Take a picture of this first.
Should we do Xbox 360 so it's in high def or arcade?
I already did arcade.
Okay.
Just make sure that it's set the right way. Okay, so this is going to be your main shot. So tap this to fire kind of a widespread, hold it to fire a focused shot.
Personal tutor.
This is going to be bomb, so if things get hairy, pound that button. And this is rapid shot, which is basically it's an automated version of tapping this button. So remember, if you tap this, you can wide, hold it, you get focus, and you move slowly. But this way, it just saves your fingers some stress.
Yeah, what you kind of do is use your fingers, this one in here, and then you can hold your index finger when you need to have that concentrated shot, and then the middle one.
All right, you good to go? You want to do original mode because the others are going to be tricky.
Got an all-new player coming to Blue Shanky Mesama Ari Black.
The differences between this mode of the game and the Black Label version we played earlier are relatively
Nice dodge!
minor. Basically, Black Label has a slightly easier start to the game and slightly more difficult.
Feel your blood pumping.
There's a little bit of a more aggressive rank system to compensate for the slightly different. There's also some palette shifts where the stages are at different times of day, for example. Nice dodging. Very nice bullet earning. So, people just walking in, there is a flyer. Please feel free to take one. Or not. I shouldn't call people out.
Yeah, no, I'll go. Just talking. Yeah!
Get those gems!
The other thing that's nice about Black Label is it's nice and shiny. There's a lot more things on the screen points. It actually gets so intense that it can bug out the interface and all of the health bars and bombs and stuff that disappear momentarily.
Look at those pretty purple
Well, you
bullets.
just have shiny. Very fun. And nicely done, just staying stationary, letting the bullets scream at you, then moving over.
First stage boss.
Now this boss is very slightly different from the patterns have changed, but the same general principles apply as in 1.5. You use more controlled motions, most of the attacks are aiming, so you
Nice
have to
ball
do
move.
very nice things.
What's really neat about these games also they have great music. So also you can download soundtracks and listen to music like a radio station. We're trying to do a sophisticated music radio. So by playing these games you can kind of play the game, listen to the music on your iPod or CD player, and it's like you're playing the game. Oh.
Dude.
Smash the enemies here in Black Label. I like the aggressive play in that opening note, taking care of things right away. Remember that icicle will cancel everything on the screen when you take it out? Yeah, that's what you do. Nicely done. Yeah.
People just make it just like water.
It's really a very approachable, very nice. It's really a very approachable genre. The fundamentals are incredibly simple. And there's so far to go with it. There's always more and more to do. Always further and further to do. Do you have any background in shooting games, or is this... Nice. Any... 43s? Nice. Nice bomb here. Remember, more focus, slower movement speed can be helpful sometimes. You can jump out of the Nice.
So do you see that hesitation of like,
Ooh.
your eyes are getting tricked where that spot is, and then you do a quick movement, like moving C instead of A, and then you cut back in. So you're kind of like using the bullets as your trigger finger, kind of like diving, like Indiana Jones, dive through the last door before it closes.
Go get another one right here, don't worry about it. Most of these attacks are going to be aimed at different positions, so if you use small control taps, you should be able to avoid the majority of them. Now this one's a little bit more random. Nicely done.
I'm going to do a little dancing in front of you.
Really? Really? Okay.
Just makes you want to dance.
Now look between the bullets. Yeah, there you go. The other thing that's nice about Black Label is bosses die a lot quicker because they're going so. Alright, stage 3.
There are 5 stages. Usually there are 5 stages in each game. So, like I said, look how He has only been playing about 10 minutes. Look how the gameplay is packed in just a couple of stages.
I think that would cancel each other. So if you're a little bit more aggressive with your firepower, nicely done.
You can see the options have little ways to see that you're able to control that large round pie. See, so Softdrink, can you speak to me? You used to play 1945 and what? Okay, 1942X. So as you can see, he used to play a shooting game called 1940X. And now
completely different style of game, much older, very different, you know, bullet density and everything like that. But those skills are transferring right
But
over.
it's skill that he had playing that game and familiar with the genre. He's just sitting down playing the shooting game on Atari
For the first time.
for the first time and just doing very well. So this is what happens.
Ooh, nice.
When you're playing the genre game, you'll be able to leapfrog game to game.
Alright, stay between the dots.
Skill will still be again. You as a
These spreads
player
are into your position.
are leveling up.
So now here, the spreads are going to get a little bit wider again. Nicely done.
Kind of like a player that hasn't played the genre before, coming on that.
Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to have time to let someone else play. No,
We'll
you
see how he does at the last stage.
definitely keep going.
But what we're going to do is we're going to take your names down and I'll do a random drawing for the rest of us. Well, if you guys want to start picking out the manga, you can. You like that? Alright, he does read manga. We'll give you a piece. Alright, guys. Who would like free manga? What would you like to do?
The original idea was to have a competition for just a couple prizes, but you know, everyone getting free stuff works too. Very nicely done here. This is a tricky section to play. Especially if that first time. Alright, you still got one more. There we go.
Okay. Can he do the last?
Three balls. Oh! Alright, great job here. Round of applause. So, I am sorry we didn't get to feature much in terms of non-cave stuff. You know, I personally do play a lot of non-cave games, but this is just a lot more convenient because Xbox 360, you know, outputs VGA directly. It's really easy to hook up to a projector, and I'm pretty consistent with clearing Ketsui at this point. So I thought that would be a nice show for you guys. So I hope you all enjoyed this. Shmups forever.
Yeah.
Please, if you did enjoy this, do look into the genre. Do watch STG Weekly, and do download some of the free games that we gave you references to on the flyer. If anyone does not have a flyer and would like one, please get one now. Otherwise, thank you all for coming.
You guys come up to the table and